To describe the constructional details of a transformer, there are mainly two parts. They are 1. Magnetic core. 2. Windings or coils. We all know transformer consists two windings. One is primary and the other is secondary. These two windings are mounted on a common laminated magnetic core. This is the magnetic core, and the two windings are mounted on this core only. The magnetic core is made with silicon steel laminations or soft iron. The magnetic core is divided into two parts. The horizontal portion of the core is called as yoke, and the vertical portion of the magnetic core is called as limb or leg. The purpose of the magnetic core is to provide low reluctance path for the magnetic flux.
And also it provides support for the windings.
We all know transformer function. Transformer transfers electrical power from one AC circuit to another by the means of magnetic linkage, and the transformer works on the principle of Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. We know the Faraday's laws. Faraday's first law states that whenever an alternating magnetic flux links with a closed coil, an induced EMF is generated in that coil. Induced EMFs are two types. One is self-induced EMF and the other is mutual induced EMF. The EMF induced in one coil due to the change of its own flux linked with it is called as self-induced EMF. And the EMF induced in one coil due to the change of flux in another coil linked with it, then it is called as mutual induced EMF.
In transformer, self-induced EMF and mutual induced EMF, both the EMFs are producing. Actually, transformer works on the mutual induction between the two inductive coils. When the primary winding is connected to AC supply voltage V1, a current I1 flows through it. This current I1 produces a magnetic flux phi. This flux phi links with the primary winding itself and produces a self-induced EMF E1. The same flux phi flows in the magnetic core and linked with the secondary winding. Hence, it produces a mutual induced EMF. When the load is connected, I2 current will flow through it. Here, the induced EMFs both are produced, but the mutual induction is carried out by the primary winding flux linked with the secondary winding. Here, the flux is moved from primary winding to secondary winding with the help of the magnetic core. Here, core acts as a wire. That means it provides a path for the magnetic flux to flow through it. So, magnetic core plays an important role in transformer for the transfer of electrical power from one AC circuit to another. Hence, we use a magnetic core which is having high permeability. That means which provides a lower reluctance path for the magnetic flux. Actually, we use magnetic core which is low carbon steels, which having high permeability. Compared to air, it has 1500 times greater than it. However, the magnetic flux flows through the core. It occurs two losses. One is hysteresis losses and the other is eddy current losses. Hysteresis losses. These losses is due to the cyclic reversal of alternating flux in the magnetic circuit. And hysteresis loss can be reduced by metallurgical control of the steel, that is, by choosing the material of steel. The hysteresis losses are caused due to the friction of molecules in the core against the magnetic lines of force required to magnetize the core, which are constantly changing its magnitude and its direction. This is due to the influence of supply voltage is sinusoidal. The molecular friction causes the heat. Excessive heat will shorten the life of the insulating materials, and these insulating materials acts as a conductor while the temperature is high. Hence, the shortening of windings will be occurred in the core. The damage of winding will be occurred. And also, in this process, the core absorbs energy. Per each cycle of energy is dissipated as heat. Amount of energy released by the core per cycle is equal to the hysteresis loop area. Here, the hysteresis loop means it is the curve where the magnetic flux density B against magnetic flux intensity H. It is also known as BH curve.
This is the hysteresis loop or BH curve. In this curve, the magnetic flux density B changes its path from A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F, and F to A against the magnetic flux intensity H. Here we know magnetic material R, that means a core, can absorb the energy is equal to the hysteresis loop area A, B, C, D, E, F, A. This is the area of the hysteresis loop. For example, if you take a hard magnetic material, the hysteresis loop area is very large, as shown in the above figure. If you take a soft magnetic material, the hysteresis loop area is very small, as shown in the figure above only. Hence, to reduce the hysteresis losses, we use a material which is having narrow hysteresis loop. As soft iron can easily magnetize, hence the magnetic core is made with low carbon silicon steel which is having high permeability to reduce hysteresis losses in the magnetic core. Eddy current loss. This loss is caused by eddy currents circulating within the steel induced by the flow of magnetic flux normal to the width of the core. And this loss is minimized by reducing the thickness of the steel core into thin laminations.
Alternating magnetic flux flowing through the core, then that time eddy currents are formed. Eddy currents means circulating currents. That means AC flux produces eddy current.
As shown in the above figure, eddy currents are formed.
These eddy currents opposes the induced current and act as a negative force generating resistive heating, and power loss will be occurred within the core. Eddy current losses cannot be eliminated completely, but greatly reduced by reducing the thickness of the core. To reduce eddy current losses, we use thin laminations. Here, laminations means the magnetic path is split up into many thin pressed steel shapes. The laminations are insulated from each other by making coating of varnish or impregnated paper to increase the effective resistance of the core and to limit the flow of eddy currents. Loss of energy or power loss are also known as I square R losses appears as heat due to the losses of hysteresis losses and eddy current losses. These two losses are known as transformer core losses or iron losses. Losses are constant at all loads whenever the primary is energized, even if no load is connected to the secondary winding. Hence, the magnetic core is made with silicon steel laminations. Windings are another important part of the transformer construction because they are the current carrying conductors wound around the laminated magnetic core. Windings consist of several coil turns wound together to form a complete winding. Windings are usually either copper or aluminum. Aluminum has lighter in weight and less expensive as compared to copper. Larger cross-sectional area must be used to carry the same amount of current with as copper. Hence, we use the aluminum in large power transformers as compared to small transformers. We mostly use copper in many electrical and electronic devices because more advantages are there as compared to aluminum. First advantage is it has high conductivity. Due to the high conductivity, the copper consumption is less to use, and also it has high ductility. This makes easy to bend the conductors to get tight windings. This also minimizes the consumption of copper as volume and weight are very less. Windings are classified into three different ways: based upon input and output voltages, based on voltage range, based on the construction of magnetic core. Based upon input and output voltages, windings are further classified into two types. One is primary winding. This is connected to input voltage, and another is secondary winding. This is connected to output voltage. Based upon voltage range, windings are further classified into two. One is high voltage winding and another is low voltage winding.
These are the differences between high voltage winding and low voltage winding.
Based on construction of magnetic core, windings are further classified into two. One is concentric type winding, second one is sandwich type winding. Cylindrical type winding is used in core type transformer and sandwich type winding is used in shell type transformers. In cylindrical wiring, The LV is first wound over the core and then HV wound over the LV. In sandwich type winding, the LV and HV are placed one over the other alternatively. In cylindrical type winding, it is layer type. In sandwich type winding, it is flat type. In concentric type winding, leakage reactance is more due to open space around the core is more. In sandwich type winding, leakage reactance is reduced due to both sides are closed with the core limbs. Due to these windings, there is a loss which is called as copper losses. This loss is due to the electrical resistance in primary and secondary windings. That resistance opposes the magnetic flux flowing through them. When the load is connected to secondary winding, a large amount of current will flows in primary and secondary winding. This leads electrical energy and power, or the I2R losses, occur as heat. Hence, the copper loss depends upon the load current. Copper losses are zero at no load, and copper losses are at maximum load when the current is flowing maximum. To help minimize the copper losses, we should have to increase the rate of heat dissipation by forced air or oil, or by improving the insulation so that it will withstand at high temperature also. Hence, it can increase the efficiency of the transformer. The diameter of the transformer core is changed, then the copper loss and iron loss also changes, because the diameter of the transformer core is directly proportional to the copper losses, and it is inversely proportional to the iron losses. If the diameter of the transformer core is less, then the iron loss is also less, because the weight of the iron consumption is also less. Due to this reason, iron loss is also less, but the copper loss are increases. If the diameter of the transformer core is increases, then the iron losses also increases, but copper losses are decreases. Thanks for watching this video. If you understood the content, please like, share and comment. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and activate the bell icon for more videos. Thanking you, yours lovingly, Mahesh Kumar.